Good morning, it's Shantae with Brown Sugar Talk. Oh, you can see my gums and now. Anyway, yeah, so it's Shantae Brown Sugar Talk Black Unicorns. Um, this is something I don't know what I was thinking about. Okay, so why can't you from the computer? I can't record, but I can do it from the iPad. So it's like so crazy how that happens. So today I decided to talk about the schools. Like, man, I know it's like a lot of drama, but I'm sorry it happened, and I'm. This is the thing. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I was 17 years old when I walked onto the campus, and I know I say this so many times. Like I was actually 17 years old. I was wet behind the ears. All I wanted to do was have some dude eat me out. Like I'm so serious. Like it. Like I'm just being honest, for real, for real. Just that was what I was doing. That was it. And at the time that I was leaving home, I didn't even want that. I just wanted them niggas to get me to campus. And I had some sweet guys around me, and I was single actually. I had to break up with my, I had already broken up with my longtime boyfriend that was in high school, and he was cheating. Then I didn't care because I ain't never really like him. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't like him, so it didn't matter. And I think he was trying to make me feel bad, but he was the one that was really cheating. Okay, so the guy that then I had another guy. He was like a nice guy. He used to come take me to school in the morning or whatever. So it's like you cool, you a cool dude. His car broke down, and then the guy that got me up there was like a new guy I started dating, and he was actually like my for real boyfriend. And all of them, all their mothers helped me in some kind of way because my mom wouldn't help me. They didn't want me to live on campus. And so maybe they knew. Maybe they knew what was going on. But my mom, my grandmother didn't want me to go. She's like, a girl shouldn't be on campus or whatever. Shouldn't be living on campus by herself, whatever. But um, my what I'm saying is my mom they didn't want me to go, so they didn't buy me anything. So the guy who I broke up with, his mother bought me a trunk, and she put deodorant and all that different stuff. Like she gave me an actual something to go off the campus with. And then what else? She was also trying to teach me how to drive. And then the other guy, he bought me like an outfit and all this different stuff. So, like they was so sweet. They was so sweet. That's what I came from. I came from these sweet guys. And even though it was like cheating and sharing boys and all this different stuff, they was still sweet and one like never no argument, no fights, no getting out in the street. They put their hands on you, all that different stuff. They try their best. Like they would try their best to do what they could for you. Just sweet. Just sweet. And the thing is, some of them, they still got the same girl from high school, whatever, and they and took care of them. And you see, that's what I come from. You like it? I didn't come from what they was trying to present to me on that campus. Um, it was just skeevy. Even the older guys that would come to our house. Only had one guy attempt to like try to touch me or whatever, and it wasn't even that. It was just like he was an older guy. He liked me. I liked him too. But that was it. Like it wasn't never not like all the guys that came to our house and stayed at our house because my mama, she just like helped people out and stuff. Like she was sweet. She was sweet like that. I just didn't like it myself. I hated all those people being over there. But when people were over there, the guys that came over were respectable. Even the bad ones, even the gang bangers, even whoever, like they were all respectable. You know, even the guys that I dated, like even the drug dealer guy, whoever I was with at the time, respectable, all respectable men, all of them. I even broke up with one guy because he was like, I'm going to the street. When I get that call, I only took one. Okay, I only dated one drug dealer for real, one, and that's all it took. Cause when he had to get a fiend, he wouldn't even let the fiend come to the car. You hear me? That nigga, get the fuck, he would get the fuck away from me. Like it's like oh shit, ah. But after that, and then like he moved away, and I saw how they go to jail. I had one guy, he was so sweet, too sweet, like country. Oh my God, East St. Louis country, like, cause really y'all don't think y'all country, but we are. We Southern Illinois, Southern Illinois. It ain't like we from Eastern Illinois. We ain't close to no other state. We Southern in the motherfucker. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all, we be barbecuing the shit. We be cooking all kind of desserts. We have bad potato salad. You know what I'm saying? Like, we real hospitable. We mean it in a motherfucker. The men out here, some of them good. For the most part, I think y'all pretty cool. Like, I'm telling you for real. Nothing happened until I got older and some guys from East St. Louis and stuff like that. But for real, Cahokia, even East St. Louis, like some of y'all so fucking dope. Like it is like that's why I be like I was raised by these men. Like I'm telling y'all, I really never had trouble like that. Like I had it on the college campus, and the men that were attacking me, they were just some of the ones that were from East St. Louis. I don't know what part of East St. Louis you was from because I'm telling you, like really the dudes that I was around, they never did that. But anyway, so um what I'm saying and what I was okay, so anyway, yeah, so it's just like it was just like something for me to be proud of. Like y'all was just so it was just they was so sweet. That's why I be like, yeah, they sort of raised me. Because it was like I always had boys as my best friends too. So best friends, I ain't even have issues with my best friends. You know, they'll get mad and stuff. We like fight, but like for real, like actually like them raping me or touching me or something like that. No, they didn't do none of that stuff. They didn't do none of it. And that's why I was like, what the fuck is going on at this fucking campus? You know, and I know it started with those older men. So anyway, 17 years old, and they start coming over there, knocking on the door. You want to be an alpha sweetheart? You want to be a cute sweet? You want to? No, nigga. No. You mean to tell me you want me to be your bitch? That's what the fuck you trying to tell me? You want me to be your bitch? That's exactly what they was trying to tell me. So when I just said something about now I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm that, whatever, I'm a troll, whatever the fuck they was trying to do. I'm like, no, like, I ain't on that shit with you. I'm not. And then like when I visited the guys, like I would go visit the guys at their rooms and stuff, like the at the apartments and stuff, nothing. Still like home, just like still like home, like cool in a motherfucker, like I said, I had one guy to like show me stuff or whatever, show me different like porn videos and stuff. Like what the hell, you know, nothing. He ain't trying to touch me or nothing. Then I used to have one guy just go over and talk to him, and you know, like it's just like that was all. Like we was just all friends, and the best part was like some guys they had really nice cars. They let us drive their cars off campus and stuff. They ain't never do nothing. They ain't never do nothing. Like it wasn't even no let me get you along to do this. We would just stay up all night talking and all this different stuff. And that's how Mark knew I wanted to be a writer. So now I'm showing my face. And Mark, I think you a very disgusting individual. I really fucking do. Because y'all, I had wrote this letter to my daddy. Not to say that my daddy wasn't in my life. I used to go see my daddy like every summer. But I had, you know, I was learning now. I'm learning shit. I'm learning. So I was in this class. I think it was like biology, and they were saying like how we always put the step parent as our like the step like it's like we had the same mother. Then we'll say that the father when he has kids they step kids, and that's not actually true. It's actually the other way around. Really, your mother has step kids. Like in your house, y'all actually are considered to be stepchildren, and then if it's from your father, they really considered to be related or whatever. I think I read it in the library. I don't know. So I don't know if I read or if it was biology. But anyway, so I wrote my dad because I was like kind of sad about it, you know. And I was already going through like all the stuff on campus. I had already been raped the first time. I don't think it was the second time, but I think my boyfriend was he was like starting to go out and stuff and do different things like that, you know. I wasn't really seeing him that much. And for real, I don't know if y'all know me, but I really didn't care. I didn't even care. But I was just like in a point where I didn't have anybody really talk to. It didn't bother me or whatever. So I wrote my dad because I was like, I want you to sign my birth certificate because I noticed that my birth certificate was not signed. I'm like, no, you gotta sign this. And I was like, I'm trying to make you. I always try to make him into this hero that he not. So I used to like tell stories and stuff when I was in school. Like, oh yeah, I got cousins. I ain't had no cousins because that nobody liked me. Not that they didn't like me. They was all jealous of me. So it was like they would just always have some issue, like always tell on me and stuff. So I would lie and say I had other cousins in my school or something like that. I ain't had none. My daddy knew I didn't have. Like I would say, oh yeah, they related to my daddy. So one day I said, oh yeah. I told my dad I was like, yeah, I got some kids here, and they said they related to you. He said them kids don't know me, and that was the truth. They didn't. So it was like I would just always make up stories because I never had a real relationship with my dad. He didn't teach me like the streets taught me, like the guys that I knew, like my best friend, like the drug dealers, like whatever. Oh, that's what I was telling y'all. So okay, let me get back to that part. But okay, I go back to that part. So I was telling y'all about the guy and how I broke up with him because he was like, I'm gonna be a drug dealer. Like, you going to the streets. Like, you gonna be in the streets. Yes. Okay, then don't call me no more because I ain't on that shit. And I was like, what if something happened to you? You know, what if somebody killed you? What if something happened? And they'll be like, what? Like, yeah, get the fuck off the phone with me. Like, I'm not playing with you. I mean, they'll be thinking it is because I'm so sweet. Like, I ain't finna say that shit to him. I did that to like 3 dudes. Like, fuck you. I don't give a fuck what we got. Bye. Like, you ain't never got to call me the fucking again. I ain't finna send you money for no fucking books. I ain't finna be going no fucking early ass funeral. Fuck y'all. Nah, fuck you. So anyway, my daddy, he'd just be like, he just talk to me on the phone and stuff, but he don't really talk to me, because all we talking about for real is just like what school been like, what this like. I ain't had nobody for real to talk to, nobody. So I wrote the letters, I wrote the letters about the abuse. I wrote the letters about making him a hero, and he wasn't a hero. Um, and my dumb ass, I ain't really never sent no letter, because y'all don't realize it. For real, I was raised in the church. Like, I was completely raised in the church. Like, we used to have to go to revival. I hate revival. I hate vocational Bible school. I hated all that shit. But anyway, so like, I hated church. I hated the feelings of stockings and it be cold in the basement. I ain't like the cookies and the juice and nothing. I know some of y'all got some good stories about the cookies and the juice. Fuck that. I hated all that shit. So anyway, I was raised in church. I ain't really never sent no letter or whatever. I ain't have enough stamps or something. I think I just dropped it in the mail. I think I was emotional again, so I dropped it in the mail. And I'm actually the mail person. I'm the mail person. I'm actually the person that put your mail in your mailbox on Saturday and Sunday. I should know this. No, I didn't. So I guess Mark found a letter. And he give me back the birth certificate, but he don't give me back my letter. And so I'm like, why don't you give me back my letter? And he's still sitting there. I say, where's my letter at? I say, where the letter? I said, where the letter? Where the letter? He was the first person I told on campus. I was like, I'm going to be a writer. He going to say, you don't have enough experience, right? That's when he started trying to set up the threesomes on the campus, like the game bang. And then I find out it's another chick on campus that somewhat looked like me or whatever. And she the one that's doing all this other stuff. But they started thinking it was me. Even though they didn't know it was me. The only thing I would do was put you out the room. It's like, I'm not, you don't know how to, no, I don't want you touching me because I got to go to the doctor. That costs me money and time. I hated that. I had to go $10, go to the fucking doctor. No, you're not finna have sex with me today. No, we not doing it. No, we can do whatever the fuck. We can do whatever else, I ain't sucking no dick. You know what I'm saying? It's just some stuff I just ain't finna do. I just can't do that. No. Nope. Couldn't do it. So, that's why I was like, I know Cecil said I'm gonna give her a little taste of her own medicine. And I'm like, wait a minute, man. Like, what medicine? When that boy told me something about I'm gonna get you, I'm like, that's my writing. Like, y'all not getting. That was my journal. That was like poems, 50 feet tall. I think I said 20 feet tall in mine because y'all was so big. Y'all was some big ass bullies on campus, man. Like, I don't know what else to tell y'all for real. But I don't think y'all should be telling me anything, and I don't think y'all should be doing anything. Like, that stuff was for me. That's my writing. I wrote that plan for myself to become a better writer. That's what it was. It didn't have nothing to do with what y'all trying to do right now. I was actually trying to save myself from this boy because I did not know that y'all was already recording my life like that. And I feel like y'all such that you didn't know nothing about me. And that's what I told you that night. I said, you don't know me, you don't know my story. I got a whole fucking series for real to tell. Like, about my trips, all that. You don't know shit about me. And the thing that you wanted for me to do was go through some horrific shit as a black fucking woman. Ain't no fucking way. Y'all, I actually liked Thomas. Like, I actually liked him. He was a Sigma. I actually liked him. And the reason I liked him is because I liked his sister. I was like, man, if she could be my sister, you know what I'm saying? Like, she could be my real sister. Like, his sister's so dope. Like, she's such a cool person. And we used to talk every day in the bookstore. Like, me and her and these other two guys, Bernie and I forgot the other guy name. I mean, we used to just have deep conversations. We used to lay on top of the book stacks at the top. You see, my story was already coming too, Mark. So we used to lay on the book top and talk to each other, you know, have a good conversation. And that made me like, I loved her. I love her. I still do. I mean, I don't care if that show. I love you. I know I hate your brother, but I love you. I do. I love you. And so, Mark, what it Thomas are coming there, he be trying to treat me bad. Obviously, hey Thomas, like I'm just like his, like, you know, I'm just like hanging on his every word. You know, I'm just like, and he's still he's shitty. He a shitty ass person. And I used to go visit him, you know, mess with him and stuff, and all this different, pick on him and all this different stuff, you know. And that was all I was trying to do. Like, that was it. You ain't have to do nothing. You ain't have to be my boyfriend. You ain't have to do nothing. You ain't have to do nothing. And so I was telling the lady when I was calling the crisis hotline, I was like, man, you know, the worst part of all this is I don't want another girl to go through what I went through. And the sad part is that during this, one girl did. When that girl went and she was raped by those guys and she went in the freezer and died. She locked in the freezer. Because after that guy raped me, I was stunned. I was so stunned when I was walking, and you would have thought I was drunk. I was like walking side to side. And I think that was like the beginning of my first anxiety attack, because that's what it felt like. That's what the anxiety feel like. Like after the time of being beaten and raped. And he was so strong. He was strong. I mean, every time I went to the door, he was able to pull me back. And not just pull me. He didn't have to grab a part of my body. He pulled me by my clothes. Like, that's how strong he was. And if y'all would have saw, I believe something left my body. Like, I mean, it was like I sank when I came into that room and I saw it with him. I don't even think I could have a conversation with him. And you got to realize, I'm talking about from the first day I got on that campus and those men came to the house, I had been telling them no. And so, it's just horrific. I think you're one of the most ill-mannered people that I could ever have met in my life. Because I knew that, remember when you tried to set up the train or whatever they was trying to do, the gang bang, we was in the room and we was all just looking there. Like, we just looking at each other. And the guys was in there like, so what we gonna do? I'm looking like, I don't know. I'm just waiting. I was just waiting. He told me to wait right there. That's what Mark told me. Wait right there. I was in the room with those guys, and it was a dark room. It was dark in there. And we was all like, what we gonna... The guy said, what we gonna do? I'm like, I don't know. That's when my boyfriend came, or my ex-boyfriend at the time, who had become my friend, came in there and was like, get out of here. Get the fuck out. Like, what are you... He talking about they in here trying to do something to you. Mark. Black Mark. Not white Mark, because white Mark is the older alpha. Mark is an alpha. Mark. So I don't even know your name. I don't know shit else about you. Mark. That's all I know is Mark. Set up late with you one night telling you I want to be a writer. This motherfucker, you ain't had enough experience. You ain't got enough life experience. You ain't had enough life experience. I was 17 years old when I came on that campus. A girl died because 3 boys raped her. And when they got done, she walked into a freezer and froze. Every day, I went to a school. And I taught little girls and boys. And I taught them everything I knew. In the process, I realized maybe I could design a school. Only to come back here for y'all to diminish everything back to raping me. Every day I went and I saw how pretty they were. And I saw how you work hard as me. I taught them to work and think like me. So you want an example of me? You see, watching them work, whether they had good grades or not. They got jobs, they got businesses, they knew how to pay bills. Because some of their families came from Mexico. And sometimes they didn't get a chance to even get as far as that is in education. Sometimes they had to help their parents pay bills or speak English for them. And then I noticed that black children had to do the same thing as Hispanic children, and they were living right here in the United fucking States. So I taught them how to run their house, how to run their life, how to take care of themselves if they didn't have to go to the hospital. And y'all took all that information and compiled it so you can abuse, rape, and beat me. Just like y'all did in college. And I'm looking at them every day, praying, hoping, teaching, so that one day none of the boys could come and oppress a girl like y'all oppress me. So that none of the boys would have stereotypes about women to be able to hurt them later on in their life. And I'm looking at them, teaching my girls how to take care of themselves so they would never have to depend on a man to do anything for them that they could do for themselves. And teaching the boys that maybe a girl may not need you. And that's okay too. But you took all of that, the little part of that you knew, and you then compiled it back so you can make it, so you can beat, rape, and destroy me. Then not only that, you stole. And the whole time I go there and I look at them, I'm thinking, I hope they don't ever have to go through what I go through. That was my biggest secret. I hope they never have to go through what I went through. I hope that one day these girls don't have to walk onto the campus at 17 years old and go through what I went through. I hope for the girl that say no, that he actually let her get up and walk out of the room. I hope for the girl that says no, that he actually let her get up and walk the fuck out the room. I hope for the woman that knew that that's what happened, that she actually go and say, this girl didn't have a chance to turn she didn't have a chance to turn this to report this to the police, so let me help her. This man touched her. This man violated her body. This is her name. It was at this address. This is what she told me. This is what he said. This is the information that we have written down. This is why we were able to set this up. Michelle Martin, she got all that shit. You don't think I know that's why you changed your name to Cedar Crest? I did that. That was me. I did all that stuff in college. That was me. All those accolades, I did all that shit in college. I changed the names of buildings for contests. I won a lot of contests. I got a lot of checks. I worked a lot of jobs. I helped a lot of people. I helped foreign students, gay, straight, whatever. And through all that, all these niggas saw me as was a piece of pussy that they could take. Ain't it better that way? Ain't that what y'all be saying? It's better that way, right? I was 17 years old when I walked onto that campus. I'm 41. I've been teaching all this time. And they didn't even want to do it. I didn't want to do it. The best thing about it was when you find a genius. And you can help a genius. I found a genius. That's what made me keep doing it. It was a genius. I had a genius in my grasp. I didn't even know it. I almost gave up that opportunity. He changed my whole life. A child. A black boy. A black boy changed my life. And that's why I do what I do. But you guys are going into being black men. And you could take one person, one human being, and you want to crumble me up like a piece of paper after everybody put so much into me. Not once, but twice. The second time, that man, he let me live with him. You know, he let me get my little certification, all kind of stuff, took care of me. He even told me, he said, you my investment. You my investment. Got me a car after my car got repossessed. Gave me money for gas. Made sure I got to work in school. Told me to stop working so I can finish everything I had to do. He'll take care of it. And y'all came back to destroy me again. All over a piece of paper, some words on a piece of fucking paper. But these niggas out here talking about raping, the women they molested, the little girls they had sex with, and y'all still want to fucking follow me. I believe that y'all are some of the most devastating people in life. It's such a shame that you actually walk the fucking earth. I'm talking about up to that point, never. Never. And so, I hate when y'all try to say that it's something for black people or it's this, that, and the other. Do not. Don't even try it. If you were so for the black people, you would have never set me in a room with 3 men or 3 boys thinking that I was going to be in there fucking them and sucking their dicks. If that was the case, you would have never had a big ass nigga in that room to fucking rape me. But y'all so fucking black. If that was the case, you would have never taken the information about me and given it away to anybody. If that was the case, you would never stole it in the first place. I got a son. Now what y'all think I'm gonna do? You want me to raise him up to be like y'all? any excuse y'all could use to put y'all fucking hands on me. And now one day y'all could say, oh, she was, man, she was, because it's not me. I don't have time for it. The men that work good to me and tell you I don't have time, I barely have conversation. She thirsty. She had it. Ain't nothing wrong with no woman telling you that she like you. You retarded if that's a problem. I think that's a problem. I think that's actually a problem. I think something is wrong with you. If a person actually tells you humanly that they like you, that's some shit my son will do now. It's immaturity as a grown man. That's immaturity. And I believe that Cecil was just reenacting Thomas, which I know to be true. Because that's exactly what he was doing. For what reason? I don't know. Maybe he do want to see if we can get it convicted or something. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this for. But I know that all I told that man was I want to be a writer. All I heard back from him was I didn't have enough experience. I was too young. I was 17 years old. And y'all still using the shit today. So I guess somebody was lying to me. But anyway, it's Shantae Brown Sugar Talk, Black Unicorns. Y'all protect y'all kids. If these fucking fraternities and sororities come around, y'all protect y'all kids. They done some dirty shit. Ain't no way, Cynthia, you done been, the reason why you thought it was okay for that man to slap me is because you were in a sorority. Because you felt at some reason they broke you down enough for you to believe that it's okay for people to be hit like that. And it's not. It's not. Y'all gotta really start to look at the practices that we take in helping each other. The real world is not the fucking army. Everybody don't have to be broken down and built the fuck back up. That shit don't need to happen. Our kids don't have to go through that shit. I don't want my son to be molested. I don't need nobody over here trying to touch my fucking son. That's something that does not need to happen. I don't think anybody's child should be molested. That was one of the reasons why I tried to invent something so we can follow the molesters. Because y'all actually let them get away with the shit. I don't think that any girl should be raped. I don't think that any girl should be molested. I've actually had to sit with children and they have to tell me about how they try to get a man off their sister. Y'all got to be some of the most disgusting motherfuckers out there because y'all actually are helping rapists and molesters by becoming rapists and molesters. But I digress. Sonia Murray, she was one of the first principals that helped. Cynthia Peters, Donna Woods, Dr. Howard and her husband, the police officer. Humphrey Lee, the whole school Humphrey Lee. I think that was the biggest sham of it all. Humphrey Lee, Michelle Martin, switching her ass around there like she was me. Are y'all crazy? I really do think y'all need help. Anyway, it's Shantae Brown Sugar Talk, Black Unicorn. This is the world that we live in. And all these people were actually at a school. They were at schools. I'm one person. I'm one human being. I'm one person. One. If they did all this to me, what have they been doing to everybody else? And what would they do to our students when they leave those schools? Alton, Illinois, your school district is a disgrace in itself. The elementary. And that's just one school I saw. It ain't got nothing to do with the students. It ain't got nothing to do with the parents. I think it has everything to do with the teachers and the administrators. From your superintendent on down, y'all are a disgrace to fucking. This been the worst motherfucking place I ever been to. And I was only, and I taught her. I was a substitute. A substitute. This been the worst district that I have ever seen in my life. From the top. Him and Donna Woods need to go ahead and hook up. Get married. Go ahead and destroy a whole fucking country. They could go to war, bitch. Put them motherfuckers in charge of something that they got to kill and destroy because they just like fucking Nazis. And she a black woman. Black woman and white man. Y'all seriously have issues where y'all probably need to be locked the fuck up. People don't need to see y'all. Low life bitches.